Are you recording? Maybe.
Hey guys, hello, we keep it dirty off-road, and in today's video we're going to do a maintenance I've been dreading doing and putting off for way too long. We're going to be changing out the coil packs and the spark plugs on my Gen1 Raptor.
Why do we gotta do this?
Because the truck's 10 years old.
Only has 64,000 miles.
So she's overdue for this maintenance, really, right? So we got to do it. I have to. At the very least, I got to replace all the spark plugs. I am also going to go one up it and change all the coil packs. Now, the reason for that is the truck has a tick. It's had a tick for the last year. One of the coil packs is grounding on something else.
Never noticed.
I've noticed. At first we thought it was a lifter, and it's not. It's a coil pack that's ticking. But it hasn't affected the performance. The truck still drives great. It doesn't have any codes. I just noticed that sometimes when she's idling, she kind of shudders a little bit.
Oh, so we don't have to replace it.
No, we do.
But
We do.
it's not gonna add an extra mile to your car. We're fine.
It's gonna give me extra horsepower. Now, the reason why I've been ignoring it is because of the location of the bad coil pack.
Where is it?
Wait a second. I have a Roush truck. It's a Roush supercharged truck, and that means that the throttle body's in the back of the engine, right off to the side on the driver's side. And it actually blocks two of the coil packs and two of the spark plug. The bad coil pack is one of those two under the throttle body.
You suck.
Yeah, so
Just go stock.
now, mind you, if you're gonna change out the plugs on the truck, you're gonna have to remove this stuff anyways. But yeah, in this video, we're gonna take off the whole intake system. We're gonna take off the throttle body. We're gonna take off the throttle body extension that goes to the back of the supercharger. We're gonna remove all the coil packs and replace all 16 spark plugs because there's 8 on top of the engine and 8 next to the exhaust. And I think today we will definitely be successful with the top stuff. It's gonna be tough kind of sitting there on top of the engine to do the stuff, so I wish I had a topside creeper.
Huh? You're not gonna be one up there.
Well, you'll be up there.
You're gonna be camera guy.
Ethan's will be up there.
What
Cage. What I am worried about is the ones on the sides and under. The truck does have headers, so that limits the access, and she's also mid-travel, so that limits the access even further. We're gonna try our best to try to do the swap. We're gonna try to film it all. I'm not sure if we're gonna get it all. We may end up to a situation where we can't do the side ones until we do the suspension refresh that we got coming up, and we cut everything out of the way and then get in there and have the space to do it. Because the one behind the shock bucket is one of the hardest ones, but I have a little bit less extra space because of the tower for the bypass up front. So there's very little space there. We actually ended up getting some extra tools to try to help us out for this one too.
I don't know how he needs to do this. Just wait till the engine's out of the car at this point.
Right? No shit, huh?
Yeah, just...
We are gonna probably have to use every single swivel bit and extension bit that we have, but one thing that will make it quicker, these kind of sockets for the spark plugs. So these sockets right here,
When did you get those?
they are magnetic. Right?
Does,
So the
does
front
Mom
of them,
know about those?
magnetic? Yes, she does. They were cheap. We got them on Amazon.
Sure.
And then they have a swivel head, so that's one less swivel to have to connect, right? So it makes it a whole lot easier. And I got these in different sizes. If you want to get a set, we'll put them on our Amazon page. But basically, you need 5/8 inch spark plug sockets. And then this kit is great because it comes with this one that's total length is 6 inches, a 4-inch one, which is just a socket in the swivel head for those tighter situations, and a long one, 11-inch one. This one's actually probably going to help the most up top.
It's
Get
above
the top ones
average.
up. I thought this was average.
That's why I said the 11 one's above average.
This is going to be a nightmare of a job. I hope we film it all, but I already know this job's gonna suck. I've been putting it all. I actually debated on whether just having a shop do it. Just like the last hard job on this truck, like swapping out the power steering pump. I should have filmed it. I should have filmed it because it's one of the nightmare jobs of this truck. Yes, this truck's super reliable, but there's 2 pieces of maintenance that suck, and one is changing out the spark plugs. So you have to do 16. Each cylinder has 2, and second is the power steering pump.
But that would have taken like 3 hours longer because Mr. Director over here.
Yeah, and it's gonna take longer because we gotta film it.
There
All right,
goes my
guys.
Saturday.
Let's get into it.
Hey, filming.
Yep.
Oh, we're filming.
All right, so first step, we gotta take the intake tubes out of the way. Okay. To pop this one off, so see how you have these little gray tabs? Well, on this side, you have a little clip. What you gotta do is push that clip down, push it in, and it comes up. And that's it. Now that gives us access to 2 of the coil packs, that one and that one. But if you notice, still 2 more back
There's
there.
supposed to be 4.
Yeah.
So now we have to take this off, which we're not replacing, but we have to take it off.
Yeah.
It's a good thing this thing is magnetic. You mother.
Did you lose it?
The bolt dropped. Yeah, get the magnetic thingy. Come here. I have it.
Both sides have connections?
Yeah.
Yep, you pull out.
You pull out?
Do you even have a pull-out game?
Ow.
There it goes. I didn't even know this, but we actually already had the upgraded throttle body on this one. So this is the Ford Performance. I think it's 65 millimeter. I think the stock one's like 62. So this already has the dual 65s. So this actually opens up opportunities for upgrades. Like we could support up to 700 horsepower with this thing. It's pretty cool.
700 hertz. Yeah, that one's gonna be challenging to get to.
All right, well, let's start getting our little doohickey together.
Yes.
We're having a hard time getting a socket in there, so Ethan right now is using a wrench for the top one. I think that one has to come out. I think only one of the rear ones can't come out, right? From the videos we saw?
Yeah.
We updated our setup. We set up a board here and set up a blanket just so we can get a little bit better access. And then Ethan is trying to get that bottom bolt out, and he's already got the magnet there in case it drops, because we are terrified of this thing falling and not being able to retrieve it. You do that bottom one, it looks, man, there's like no room.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
I got it.
Good thing you had the magnet.
I know.
2 out. Only 2 more to go.
On the left, he drops it.
So for that top one, we need to try to leverage that as much as we can. And I think you got to come in from the back, bud. Like,
I don't think there's any room to go into the back.
You want to get to the longer extension? Yeah, you're going to need the longer one.
Yeah.
So we're playing around with a few contraptions here to see if we can make it work. Unfortunately, I don't have 1/4 inch extension, so it's all 3/8 down to an adapter. Can you stop wiggling your thing?
Yeah, my bad.
You're going to go blind.
He's a boy. They always wiggle it.
Hopefully that works. It might be too long.
Sorry, just too thick. Yeah, because we're running into the problem now is this is now like too tall, so we can get it downward.
No, you're not going to get it downward until you get that top one off.
Yeah.
Oh, are you going to like... Did you just get it?
First try, hype. I know how to play with my willy.
Okay, do it gently. Nope, it's not turning. Your angle's too extreme. Remember, you got to get your angle as far back as possible so you can actually turn it.
I don't think I'm on it.
So now we're struggling. We got our extension bit through the back. Telling you, you got to guide it with your other hand, bud. That's the only way you're going to do it.
Yeah, it's just so difficult. Slow and steady.
Slow and steady progress. This is what sucks about this job. This part right here is like
That's
one of
what
the worst
sucks about
parts.
your f***ing hobby.
And this is the hard part, Ethan. Well, I'm sorry. This is the easy part.
How is this the easy part?
I know, but this is the easier part.
Yeah, we're not doing the sides until the engine's out, right?
No.
You said at the intro, I remember hearing it.
I think if we can't get to it, then we'll do it when we
Oh, we can't get to it.
when we cut off the suspension.
We can't get to it. I know that for sure. I'm just telling you now. I can read futures, don't you know?
So right now we're trying a little bit more. The bottom one's pretty challenging. Even though we don't have to take it fully off, we just try to need to loosen it.
We need to get to it. That's the problem.
Getting to it is a challenge.
The problem is I need to go over through a bunch of shit. And like your spark plug that we need to take out, I need to
Coil
go
pack.
over it.
Coil pack.
Coil pack, whatever. I need to go over it.
See if you can pull the whole intake up.
This?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, it's moving.
Is it?
Yep, there it goes.
No,
Look at that.
that hurt.
That might give you the space you need.
Oh, perfect. Whatever the f this is, it's directly in the path.
That hose.
That hose is directly in line of the bolt. It's blocking me from getting the screw in there.
You can't just push down that hose at all?
No, because if I push down, I mess up that bit. Because it's all attached to angly bits.
But if you disconnect that hose, you might not be able to get that hose back on.
I know, that's what I don't want to do. So let me try something out first. So I have that long blade attached to another 5 inch. I got
6
10
inch.
inch to another 5 inch. See if this works.
It's got both hands in there. Figuring it out.
Chop.
Remember, you just have to loosen it. That's it.
I know, but I have to get it in there first. And your whore of a truck ain't really cooperating.
Is it fleeing the interview?
I'm not arguing here. I'm cooperating.
Yeah, it's laying something, all right. It's like rubber, but it's not. Because it's like strong ass rubber.
Because you can use that rubber to help you keep the bit in place.
I know, I can.
Oh, did we get it? Give it a couple extra turns, and there you go. That's enough. That's enough. You should be able to slide it off now. That's it, bud. Yeah, it just pops off. Oh, you do have a connector on that piece, but that's off.
Oh, that shit.
Great success. And then take that clip off the side.
There's 2 clips.
2?
Yeah. So your 2 clips are right here.
What the hell? You know what? I think when we put it back in, we're gonna disconnect that piece, but we're gonna do it off the truck, so it gives you extra space.
What the f is in the back?
What do you mean? There's stuff on the back?
Yeah.
There's a connection missing back there.
I might have. Yeah, I pulled it off.
Does that give us the space we need to get back in there without?
I mean, technically, yeah.
Okay.
If I literally just do it like that, then we have access to all of them.
Okay. What about that little hose?
This hose that can't move. It's right there. It's stuck right there.
Okay. So I guess we can leave it connected there for now.
That hose is probably going to be a problem.
And then I think that little piece that's next to it. Let's see the side of the body. I think that piece, if we disconnect that whole piece right there, that might give you some extra room, right?
But I think this piece is only for there. That is something else. That is not connected to it.
Okay. All right. So if that gives us enough space, let's take a break and then we'll come back and start doing the spark plugs.
I mean, but that's like a good amount of room right there as it is.
Okay. All right.
Unless we, yeah.
Let's take a break. So now we're going to start taking off the coil packs, and to do that, we need to take off the bolts off the top of each coil pack. Those should be 8 mils. So let's start taking all those off, all 8. Okay, so next, Ethan, we want to start taking off the connectors. Now, be real careful where we take those out, because we want to put them exactly where we got them. So we may want to do these one at a time.
Probably, yeah, I think that'd be best. One at a time, off, swap, put it back on, connect it, first, vice versa.
Okay, so let's go ahead and disconnect the first one.
This one, how does it disconnect? Is
So-
it just a simple...
You got to pull that red tab.
That shit. This shit ain't pulling. I don't want to break there.
There
we
it
go.
is.
Yeah, there was a lip blocking me.
And then just go left to right, left to right.
Yep.
Yeah. We need to get one of those little tools to pull those off.
Dad, no shit. Why haven't you ordered it yet? You see what I mean? It doesn't disconnect easy.
There it is. Okay. So that out. We got that out. And now we can take this out.
Is that the spark plug in there?
Yo, look at this thing. Look how gross that is. These are side specific. There's a driver's side and a passenger side. See how there's a part number there, A, part number there, B. And I think, let's see, how does that look?
That's passenger.
This right here,
passenger.
A is passenger side, and B
Who's driver?
is driver's side. And when it comes to coil packs, guys, you want to stay OEM. OEM is the best option. I talked to a few tuners, and they all recommend the OEM coil packs. You can see
It has a little...
this. Well, I put that on there. That was extra because we were having some issues in the past. And I think this one is still good because I think we replaced this one before. So we're going to save this one as a spare. It's just nasty. As far as spark plugs, we decided to go with Iridium IX. This brand, these are actually rated a little bit hotter because this is going to allow me to run more power. I can run up to 700 horsepower with these. Most of the time you can run the lower grade ones. You don't need to use such high grade ones.
You're getting more Hirschpers?
Yeah, more surge first. And then I am replacing the cables. I could not get OEM cables, and OEM cables are honestly really expensive. So we're going to see how these compare to the OEM ones to see if we're going to replace those two. But first things first, we got to get that spark plug out. So I wanted to take a look in there. Basically, what I'm looking for here, guys, is that there's no junk in there, and there's no oil. That looks gross. You know what, guys? Before we get started, we're gonna vacuum that. There's some shit in there. So, yeah, you guys see that? I don't want any of that junk going inside the engine, so we're gonna vacuum that. You get it out?
Yes and no. It might be better if we blow it out. Fuck. That worked.
That worked?
There was so much fucking dust and shit that came out.
Oh, do you need the longer one?
Yep, definitely. What the fuck?
Somebody over torque these.
We might need a regular part.
Yeah, give it a try. Just make sure you're all the way down on the torque.
I'm all the way down. I'm pushing down. Oh, there we go.
Did they come off?
Yep.
All right, now you can put the smaller one in, maybe.
Nope.
Did somebody over torque these?
I think so. They were get in there. They still feel like they're in there.
Is it supposed to be hand tightening?
It's supposed to be bar tight.
It's supposed to be small torque. I might have to look up the torque spec, but it's not supposed to be that much.
So how is your Saturday going?
It's going pretty good.
I think it's out. Oh, yep, it's out.
Holy shit! Let me see that. That's disgusting. We were overdue. It's a good thing we're doing this. Let's see the brand. So this is the LTR 7X11. LTR 7X11. Oh, so it was already running the right spark plugs.
You're not gonna get any improvement on any hertz.
Well, there's going to be a huge improvement. Look at that. That's gross.
I know. Look at all that. That shit is disgusting. Plus, even the top of it is gross.
Okay. All right. Put it on the thing. So this is the driver's side. Put it right there.
Okay, driver's side top. So we're simulating this.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's right there.
Okay. Now we got to gap this. Because these are more, this is a different, spec. These aren't actually rated for the truck. They don't come pre-gapped, so we do have to gap them. Now, the standard gap is 0.4 for the Roush kit for stage 1, but my truck already has a custom tune, and I do want to up the power, and from talking to a few tuners, I need to go to 0.3. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to gap these at 0.3 using our little gap tool. We need to put dielectric grease on this, but we need to do it on the correct side, right? Yeah.
I don't know which side it goes on.
On that side, we need it on this side. All right, it should be good.
Batter me up.
$18 foot-pounds. Gotta find that torque wrench. Real gentle, because you're barely gonna feel it.
I know.
And don't overdo it, because if you overdo it, it'll just break off. Right there.
Yeah.
Right there. That was quick.
That was good. That was it.
All right. So you gotta make sure you push it down so that it seats on the spark plug correctly, all the way down.
I know it is.
Okay. All right. Get your bolt. There's no torque spec for that now. Just tight. All right. Let's get the connectors on it.
Want me to take this back up?
Yeah, might as well connect it back up. We'll sort that out when we get to the bottom.
It's tight.
Okay, and then push the red piece in. Perfect. All right.
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
The rest of the connectors and plugs were all about the same. Every connector was a pain in the butt to take off, and every single spark plug was way too tight. Every single spark plug was also full of jugs, so we had to blow every one of them out.
So quick zip rep. We got all the spark plugs on the top and the coil packs replaced. We're kind of threading the top bolts because look, the bottom left and the top one are both
Slides in.
We might be able to, get them at least started so we can get it in. Just remember that we may not be able to have access that bottom one all that well to tighten it. So we gotta figure out.
That's completely normal. That's what we're expecting, honestly. But yeah, they're in now. Want to try it?
No, let's take a break.
Amen.
Because right now that whole doing the top engine was tough, and I'm not sure we're gonna do the bottom of the engine today. We've already spent 3 hours on this.
3 hours. It's already 4 o'clock.
3 hours because we're out of shape, we're fat, whatever. Yeah, well, you got no muscle.
Amen.
Yeah, this is a tough job. I think I'm gonna do the lower ones in the lines when we cut off the suspension here in a couple weeks. Because this sucks, guys. This is one of the worst jobs ever. I would definitely pay a shop to do it next time. I don't want to do it. I did it this time because I wanted to film it, but I regret it.
I think the only hard part about this job is this. That's really the only hard part about it, trying to get that off, because we didn't have the correct tools. We might have them now, but that is the hard part.
Yeah.
Everything else, that was pretty easy besides the connectors.
Yeah, and besides, the yoga on top of the engine.
Yeah, the yoga, the fucking locked up knees.
And before we put it back in, we got to blow it out. Because we got so much dust.
Yeah.
Dust on it.
We couldn't take it out because there's 5 connections into it right now, and half of them are covered up.
Yeah, it's stupid how that thing's connected. All right, we're going to take a break. We're back to it.
We did try and swap the wires, but we failed miserably.
Because the big ones that worry me are the two in the back, dude.
I know, because you
Let's see.
can't really access those.
No.
Honestly, you should have waited, because I don't know if it's in all the way. And I can't push anymore. And in the back, yeah, no, that last one is going to be nearly impossible to get to.
So we only put one.
We can only do one.
So, all right. If that's the case, then we should take that one off and put it back to stock.
So that we don't mess everything up.
Yeah, so that I can do it right later. So space back there is just way too limited with the mid-travel suspension. So, because we're running out of daylight, we're just gonna put the throttle body and all that stuff back on.
Because even with my tiny hands, I could barely get my hands in there.
Yeah, the structure on top of the shock tower,
Yeah.
that doesn't help.
We can only really get the first one on, and then that's going to wear down everything else unevenly.
When we're about to do a big upgrade to this truck, we're switching out to HM. When that happens, all that stuff that's in our way is going to be cut out. It's going to be completely cut out, so we'll be able to swap all that. So let's go ahead and get that top piece back in.
So just as a reminder, the two rear bolts are slotted, so you can pre-install those to make the install a little bit easier due to the limited space. And reinstalling the net took longer than getting it out, unfortunately. You know, this is because we were tired, but you know, we ended up getting it back in. Don't forget that line behind the net too.
So after much ado and lots of struggling, he finally got it in.
So if you want to put this in, I recommend just holding it in here and adjusting
Putting your
it.
hand inside.
Yeah, putting your hand in. I did try to avoid that, but it worked.
All right, moment of truth. We gotta see if she turns on.
Yeah.
Is the thing gone? Is the noise gone? I mean, it's loud. So you don't hear the popping sound.
I don't hear popping. I don't hear popping.
So was that bad spark plug?
It was a coil pack in the back and the spark plugs.
Yeah, in combination, because those are bad. Those look terrible.
Hell yeah.
But those lower ones are impossible for us to get right now.
Yeah. But she's running smooth. That's what matters. All right, let's do a check. Make sure we got all the tools and let's clean up. Let's close her up.
Here, I'll have you close her up.
Success! Now, unfortunately, even though that last test went really good, once I actually took the truck out and got on the freeway and actually put some boost under it, we did run into a problem. Yep, she started throwing a check engine code. Yeah, we're going to have to get the code reader and figure out what's up. Now, the good thing here, and one of the reasons why I absolutely love the Gen 1, is that even though she had an engine code, none of my fun for that weekend was spoiled. In fact, she performed better than ever. She was getting better fuel economy than ever. Normally, I average about 9 mpgs on the road and maybe 6 on trails. And on that run, she averaged, what, 12, 13 on the street? Maybe like 9 on trails, which is kind of nice. But that's the beauty of the Raptor, right? Even when you have a check engine light, the Gen 1s don't lose all the modes. If I had a Gen 2, I would have lost drive modes, I would have lost traction control, I would have lost so many things with the vacuum leak that it would have made it fun. In worst cases, like if you lose a speed sensor, you lose the freaking everything on the truck, you even lose your steering. That never happens with my Gen 1 Raptor. I still have my off-road mode, it still worked, it still performed really good, and I was really happy with it. So let's take a look and see what's causing my code. It looks like it's evaporative emissions leak. Evaporative emissions leak. Evaporative emissions leak. Oh wow, there's a couple of them stored. Let's do an erase codes. To fix all to everything. So it's still holding the leak detection. I think I have an idea of what could be causing that. We struggled getting that rear hose back in. It's probably not either secured correctly, or that bolt at the bottom we couldn't really torque on. Those two rear bolts. Maybe that's what's causing our issue. So Let's break out the tools again, and so it could be any of those 3 tubes, which I doubt, or it could be the tube that's behind the throttle body, or the bolts behind the throttle body that are causing the issue. I don't know, but ever since we last did the update, we actually enlisted the help of Hannah Racing Design to do the lower spark plugs, because we were having a real hard time getting to those. And I thought it's gonna take me a couple hours to do it, so I went to a shop, and my plan was to work from there. I had a meeting that morning, and then hopefully, you know, about the first hour, once they got things apart, I could take a look and see how they did it. They swapped out the lower spark plugs in like 45 minutes. It was crazy how quick they did it. And it's just because of the experience he has. He's worked on these trucks so much that he knows all the tips and tricks. He took the tires off. He knew how to get in there. He already had the right connectors and all that stuff. I wish I didn't have to work so I can actually film how he did it, because it was impressive how quickly they got that done. Which is, look, guys, this has been a nightmare job. But the best thing I can tell you guys is go to a shop. Go to a shop. Have them do the work. It's worth it, and I highly recommend Hannah Racing Design for all your maintenance needs when it comes to this Raptor. All the difficult stuff, I should say. He's amazing. He does prep, he does builds, he does a lot of stuff, and he was a lifesaver for us on this time around. So let's try to fix this. Can you feel the bolts?
Top bolts in all the way.
No, we got to take everything out, huh? Can you get to the tube in the back, Ethan, or no? Does it feel like it's connected or no?
Big ass tube in my way now.
If we take some of this stuff off, will that give you the room you need, you think?
Yeah.
Can you feel it now?
The tube's in.
All the way in? So then it's the bolts. All right, so we're gonna have to start tightening those up.
So we spent a little bit of time making sure the bolts were in all the way and reinstalled everything back to make sure everything was tight and clean going in.
It's still showing the code, but check engine light's gone. So that's progress.
I think you might have to drive it a little bit for the check and light to show up.
No, I just gotta delete codes. That's the fix all, Ethan. Still showing it. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have to drive it, see if it goes away. So now we gotta drive the truck. Hopefully it fixes it, but wanted to show you guys the spark plugs before we go. These are the top ones, and these are the bottom ones. Bottom ones, Bailey took these out in like 45 minutes, super easy, and they all look really good. I mean, they're all, you know, whatever, but this is what they're supposed to look like. Top look like shit. These two and that one was causing all of our issues, especially this one. This one looks like it hasn't even been used, it's just dirty. So this one was our biggest issue for loss of power, and it's big difference. The one thing we learned from this, Ethan, what did we learn?
Get a shop.
Get a shop.
Definitely do a shop.
Get an experienced shop to do this. And I'm not just talking about like a Ford mechanic or whatnot. Get an experienced shop that has experience with Raptors to do jobs like this, because this sucked and made worse by the mid-travel suspension getting in the way. So it's a nightmare. Ethan did all the work. His arms were all cut up because of it. We had to go back. I hope we finally fixed our vacuum leak issue. We'll see. But yeah, if you're gonna do this, get a shop to do it. And for all your maintenance needs, I highly recommend going to Hannah Racing Design, because anytime I have a nightmare job like the power steering pump or the spark plugs, he's able to do it in no time. He's been a lifesaver on my truck when I can't do it, and I'm definitely not doing the spark plug job ever again. This sucked. Pay the professionals to do it. Pay them for their time. It's not gonna be cheap. It's gonna be a couple hours more than the normal one, but it's totally worth it. And the truck drives amazing. The truck, even with the check engine code with the vacuum leak, it drives so good. I've gotten so much better fuel economy. Throttle response is great. It's amazing.
I know I can solve your check engine light.
What?
Just put some duct tape over it.
But again, just want to remind you guys, that's also the reason why I like the Gen 1, is because even with the check engine light, even with whatever codes that come up, it never spoils my fun. I've had it happen to me the last couple times on the freeway, and we still did a full day of trails, no problems, no drive mode issues, nothing. So it's not like the Gen 2 where have one little issue and you're disabled. All right, guys, put any questions, comments below. Let us know if you guys have any other tricks that you can probably share with those in the comments on how to do this job and have it not be such a nightmare. We'd love to hear them, and we may do a follow-up video on it. These trucks are 10 years old, guys. If you haven't done it yet, and doesn't matter how many miles your truck has on it, if you have a Gen 1, you haven't done it yet, you should do it. Totally worth it, and it'll improve your MPGs and your power. Again, questions or comments below. Please consider subscribing. This is the best way to support this channel, and thank you for watching.
What was that?
What?
You like stuttered. You like stuttered over it. Gosh.